Hi everyone, just to let you know before we get started with this video, the first four and a half minutes was actually filmed over 2 weeks ago, so we're going to be seeing a bit of Chris and a bit of me running around in the background. Let's get on with it. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video, and it will probably be the last video on the Peugeot 207. It was a bit of a nightmare, this one, because it needed a bit of paintwork in the shut. It was a case of, you would have seen in a previous video, I actually took it up the paint shop without this door on it, and with the passenger one just hung there. And that was because it all needed painting inside, the repair that we done on the sill, and also all of the inside of the rear door. So now that is done, I've picked it up this morning. I've just fitted the front door back on. That's going to need painting on the outside. It's a slightly different paint code. It's a shame really, but it's going to need doing. The car does have various other marks and dinks around it. So what we wanted to do was get this worst of it done, all the inside, all of the hard stuff, and then I can actually build the car back up. Because it's all been painted in here now, there's no reason why we can't completely build this up, get all the little repairs done that we want to do to the car, and then we'll drop it off to the paint shop and he can get on and start doing all the paint work on it. So I'm going to concentrate now on getting this rear door built all back up. So quite a lot of work there building that door back up. All of the original stuff was inside the car, as you can see, the door panel, but that come off this white door, and it was easier to strip that black door down and just put all of the original parts back on. I went to put the winder on, and unfortunately the clip has flown off in there somewhere and it's too dark, so I'll be doing that at a later date. But as you can see now, that door is all back together, it's all plumbed up, all plugged in, and now when it goes for paint, it's as simple as that. We're going to be getting a few bits of paint work done on it, but now we've just got to move on to the prep and do all of the little bits and pieces that we don't like. This is such a lovely car. It really is a nice car. It's nice low mileage. It's just got a few little marks around it we don't like the look of. So we're going to get prepping and get a load of them done. So guys, all back from the paint shop and couldn't be more happier with it. Really has come out nice. There's a few little bits I'm going to need to polish up. The whole car needs a good valet and a polish. And there's a couple of little finishing touches to do and get it basically all pieced back together. There's still a few little trims and bits and pieces inside that I need to put on there, but overall, I mean, that seal Chris repaired come out perfect. We got very, very lucky when we bought this car, very lucky, because so many people was put off by the damage that was on it. If you remember, it was actually hit here and that door was actually hanging off. I'm going to put a picture in now of what it looked like. And as you can see, it's just come out lovely. Again, just some very, very minor adjustments. And after I've cleaned it, go round and just make sure everything's fitted back on perfect. There's a few trims inside and bits and pieces. And I do need to give that front bumper a bit of a polish. But overall, very, very happy with it. Bit dusty inside. As we know, the valeters are shut. Unless I take it home, they can come to the house and do it. But do you know what, I'll probably give it a little bit of a go myself. But this trim here is not on over that side. We haven't got the gloss black trim on around the door handle, so I'll crack on and get all these little jobs done, and hopefully, well, I should think we will get this one finished today and crunch the numbers. Again, got quite lucky there, guys. The painter had fitted all the handles back up. And if you remember, this white door come with a white handle. Now, I did actually give him that to paint when he done all the inside, but he forgot. So I left it on the seat, and this time he actually did it, but I didn't realise he'd put this handle back in. And if you can see, there's a few scuffs on it. That was the original handle. So I replaced it with the painted one this side. That's all nicely new and painted, so I've put that in there. Sorry, this was out of the driver's side and I didn't realise, so I swapped it over, I put that in, and then when I went round to this side, I actually put the newly painted one in there. But they're not actually sided, these rear handles, so got very, very lucky there. They fit in both sides of the car. So that is all of the handles, everything's back together. I've pulled the back seats up, sorted that seat belt out. Because we'd had it out, it was all twisted when we put it back. So it is really just needs a good clean. There's a lot of dust, and I've put those clips back on, both of those hinges. And on this front door, we had to build it all back up, put the screws back in it, put the cover back on, check strap, and again the little clips on top of the pins. So I'm going to try and get hold of the valeter. Hopefully we can get this all valeted inside and out, and this one will be done. We can crunch the numbers and get it up for sale. I did ring the valeters, guys, and he's not working today, so unfortunately you had the torture of watching me just give it a quick wash down and a quick hoover out. It does look better, but it does need doing properly. It's also going to require a bit of a hand polish, but all in all, lovely little car. All of the other cars that we got, like the Polo and the Golf and the Mercedes CLK, they're all gone, they're all sold. So I'm actually back to running around in my van. So I'm going to tax this. You can see it's come up nice. It does want a nice set of mats. I'll get them from the breaker's yard if they've got a set down there. Oh, the parcel shelf. I need to put that back in because I just washed out the shut in the boot there because it was quite mucky. It was all quite mucky up in here, so I'll give it a bit of a clean, but it's come up as good as I can get it. And to be honest, we've got the V5 for it. I applied for it straight away as soon as we bought it. So yeah, I'll tax it, run around, do a couple of 100 miles in it, snag it, and then we'll get it up for sale. You can see it desperately needs a good wipeout in there and a set of mats. 64,000 on this little car. 2013, I think, or it could be a 14. I'll have to have a look on the paperwork. I think it is a 13, but I think you'd agree from when it first arrived. Excuse me, guys, sorry. It certainly looks like a normal car again now. Let's get inside and crunch the numbers. Right, everybody, the most important part, the numbers. Before we do get started, I just want to apologise. Again, I know the videos, and I know a lot of you are going to say, Rob, you don't need to apologise. I know that, I'm just polite. So the videos are a bit like this one in particular. It went off to the paint shop, but it was never supposed to go off. Me and Chris was going to be doing all the little repairs on it, and in the end, I actually, when I come back Friday, we worked on the Range Rover. You would have saw in that video, I dropped the Range Rover off, loaded the Peugeot on, and I dropped it at the paint shop and actually got the painter to do those little repairs. So the video's a bit mixed match, but I'm sure you'll work out, just going through it, what happened and what didn't happen. So thank you everybody for all the lovely, kind, well-wished messages to Chris. I'm sure he would have seen them and really does appreciate it. So thank you everybody. Right guys, again, you probably know this. I normally get Chris, he keeps a meticulous track of every penny we spend on the cars. And he writes it down as we go. So when it comes to the end, he goes, there you go, Rob, and it's handed to me and it's so easy. So you will have to bear with me a little bit because I've just jotted it down, and just please give or take a little bit. I've tried to round some of it off. So the actual car with the fees, I think it was about £900 from Copart, but with the fees out the door, it was £1,219.80. So I've just rounded it off to make it a bit easier for me today because it's the first time I've done it. So we got £1,220 for that car. Bargain, absolute bargain. Like I said, everybody got put off by that damage. It was, it did look quite bad. Sorry guys, I'm quite fidgety, it's a bit cold. Yeah, so £1,220 for the car. The near side front door, got very lucky with it in black, £80. You know, I ended up going back to the same breaker's yard and getting a white one. That was £80. I've just checked, it is a 2013 car, late 13, and the MOT expired in December. I've booked it in, I'm going straight over there. So by the time you reg checkers get on there and check, hopefully it would have passed and it'll have a year's MOT on it. And like I said, I'm going to tax it. It's £20 a year to tax that car, which is brilliant. So the MOT, £40. The painter, as we know, he always looks after us. He knows that I'm working on my own, so he took that job on for doing those little bits of filler work on those doors for me, and he looked after us, £450. A valet I've put down here, but I haven't had it done yet because I don't want to end up, we always know there's little tiny extra bits right at the end, which I'll probably do forget, or I'm going to snag that car. It may need tracking, it may need balancing. So I don't add that onto it, but I do allow for it. So I've got £20 down for the valet. So we've got a grand total of £1,890, which is lovely for that car. I've just flicked through eBay. The prices are all over the place. The cheapest high mileage one on there I could find was £3,000, but they went upwards to £6,000. That is a nice spec car. I know it is only an active, quite a lot of people told me that, but it is a reasonably good spec car with the alleys, aircon, all that sort of stuff. So I've decided that the estimated retail value on the car, the payout value, was 4,900 on that car on Copart. So I'm actually going to ask £2,750 for that car. It's done 60 odd thousand miles. It'll have a year's MOT, and it really, really is a nice little car. So that brings the Peugeot videos to an end. What I will say, guys, about that car, quite a lot of people, when I do the numbers at the end, they reach out to me straight away in the comments saying, Rob, I'm interested. And I also get a lot of Instagram private messages, people saying, can you message me back? I'm interested. Guys, quite a lot of you already do know, I wouldn't dream of selling that car until I've done a couple of 100 miles in it myself. So as soon as that car, I'm happy with it and I'm ready for it to go, I will put it up on Instagram, and anybody that's interested, inbox me your telephone number and I'll give you a call straight away. And I have to do it in a bit of an order. As usual, again, as well, if you guys know of any cars for sale, or you got any cars for sale, from cheap, because we love a cheap car challenge, right up to the nice stuff, reach out to us on Instagram, and don't forget to include the price and your mobile phone number, and then I'll give you a call. The other day, quite a lot of people offered them to me, and I'll even give them a bit of a courtesy call to let them know that we wasn't interested. So if I do get time, I will get back to you. Sorry guys, I'm freezing, so I am gonna have to cut it there. Don't forget, please like, subscribe and share. Check out the merchandise, the link is in the description. That new t-shirt is brilliant and I've got one myself. I'll see you all very, very soon in the next one.